What's going on, everybody? This is Living in Arizona Now, coming to you from Europe. I'm currently in Slovakia. I've been in Europe now for about 14 countries. Obviously, it's summertime in Arizona, so I decided to head out. What you're looking at right here is Tucson. Benjamin went down there and he filmed this. We made this video of things to know about visiting Tucson. So if you guys are interested in that and you haven't already seen it, go back and watch it. But what we're really going to talk about on today's video is, has the housing market stabilized, or is it still got room to correct, or could it even get worse from here? So that's what we're going to talk about on this video. I do have a bit of a cold, so please bear with me. That's kind of why I'm able to do this video though, because I've been relaxing all day. I've been basically going now for about a long time now, too long. And so I'm doing this video to talk about this subject. I just want to make sure this live stream is working. So if it is, please say something so I know. I'm looking here and I don't know if it is working, but if it is, please say something. I'm not very good at doing these on a laptop. Oh, why is this turned on now? Hang on one second. All right, the TV just turned on. See, I'm in Slovakia, I'm sick, and I'm still doing this. But I'm making this because people are asking the question about the housing market. They want to know because they know I just bought a house, and they're curious what's going on. So I do see people say, get well soon. Thank you, Brian. What's up, Scott? And Paula, Carl, yep, Sherry, thank you. All right, so yeah, like I said, check out this 20 things to do in Tucson video. What time is it in Arizona? I think it's 2 o'clock. Also, guys, check out Island Hopper TV, my channel, if you guys want to see. I just did Vienna, I did Prague, Krakow, Poland, Warsaw, Poland, Vilnius, Lithuania, Riga, Latvia. The interesting thing is, it is right next to Ukraine. I'm like right next to the Ukraine right now. I'm not here because I'm trying to be some bold, crazy guy or anything, but it is right next to the Ukraine. I have met Ukrainian refugees, but no, I mean, I'm not over here to highlight or do anything like that. But yeah, Slovakia, if you look at a map, it's right next to the Ukraine. But life is pretty normal over here. But I would say this Prague video, if you want to watch any video, you got to check out that Prague. I was actually impressed with Krakow and Warsaw as well. Vienna is a cool city. They say it's the best in the world. I'm not so sure that it is the best in the world. They say it's the most livable 8 years in a row. I'm like, I don't know about all that. And that got me thinking, I'm like, well, where does Phoenix rank in that list? But anyway, let's talk about this housing market here. Enough of the other stuff about Island Hopper. So $349,000 you can see is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath in West Phoenix. That's over by Luke Air Force Base. They have some cheap condos over on the west side of Phoenix. So $105,000, I mean, you're still getting reasonable prices if you go to the west side of Phoenix. Obviously, Tucson and other parts are going to have different pricing as well. But we also have expensive houses, like areas where homes have gone up a little bit too high, like in Gilbert, Chandler, Southeast Phoenix, Scottsdale. Prices have really shot up, even North Phoenix. But right now, still the west side of Phoenix is doing pretty good. Tucson's not terribly overheated or overpriced, but we are seeing a decline in demand. So with inflation, we're not seeing as many people trying to move to Arizona as there was before because of the inflation, because of the interest rates going up. So it is cooling a little bit. And even if you look here on Redfin, Arizona housing market, Arizona prices, home prices were up 18% year over year in June. At the same time, the total number of homes sold fell 20%, and the number of home sales rose 21%. So there's this weird dynamic going on. People don't know what exactly is going on. Why are less homes being sold, but prices are still kind of going up? But at the end of the day, what we're really looking for is a stabilization in the housing market, not necessarily a crash. Everyone's always like, oh, I can't wait for the crash. I mean, personally, I just bought a condo in Mesa. I'm not looking forward to a crash. I'm not really looking for any crazy price rise either. All I want is for it to just stabilize, because I'm actually living in that home and I don't intend to buy and then sell it like a year later or 2 years later, because some people like to do that. I am reading some of the comments. Let me dive in here. Chris says recently bought a property in Arizona, Ash Fork. That's a great area. What's up, Princess Mish? What you put 150? Anastasia says crashing in her opinion. Someone said audio is echoing. No way. Is the audio really echoing? That's terrible. Let me see here. What can I do to... Nope, that's not it. I actually don't have a solution for that. I apologize. That's terrible that it's echoing. But anyway, we'll make this one short. Brad says it's not echoing. Marcia says no, it's not echoing. Okay, so I'm getting mixed information. That threw me off because I was like, oh no, because I've had my live streams echo before. So the big question that I have for you guys, do you guys think the housing market is going to A, stabilize? Do you think it's got a little bit more correction going? Do you think it's going to crash and burn? I mean, this is a question that no one really knows for a fact. I mean, unless they're manipulating the market. I'm sure there's market makers out there who are capable of manipulating the market. But, we'll see. Another thing that's playing into a factor here is Lake Mead. Lake Mead water level falls to 1,040 feet. So dead pool level inches closer. You can see right here, there's that white typical water line, and it's well below the water line. Now remember, Lake Mead is a big, expansive lake, so when the water level drops that far, that's incredible, right? You got ocean water levels rising, and they still don't want to build desalination plants because they're always like, money, money, money. But I always say, money is a man-made system. They can print money as they need it. I mean, come on, we just saw that. It's like, it's not like a resource like water. It's like, so why are people so fixated on, oh, it's going to cost money to get water to Arizona or to Las Vegas? Build the desalination. Water levels are rising across the seas. I mean, we see the Arctic, the Antarctica's melting, the polar ice caps are melting. So, it's happening. And you got tons of ocean water. So pull off that. I mean, why pull off these freshwater resources that are clearly going down? Well, people say, well, it's extremely wasteful. Sorry, guys, I'm under the weather right now, like I was telling you guys earlier. But anyway, so I'm going to read what you guys said in the comments here. Tamara says, it's just fine. You're missing the monsoon rain. I know. How is the monsoon rain out there? I got my Ring doorbell camera on there. Every once in a while, I get to see how much rain is going, and it looks great. Princess Mish says, Cave Creek is crazy expensive. Yeah, a place like Cave Creek, there's low supply. They don't get a lot of building permits, and people found that place, and it became just really popular. So Cave Creek's a place that's like low supply, high demand. Of course, prices are going to shoot up for that. But then you have places like Queen Creek or Surprise or the West Side where they're able to pull permits to build and throw up houses, these toothpick-style houses really quickly. And yeah, I mean, that's basically a good thing. But anyway, like I was telling you guys, I'm out here in Slovakia, which is next to Czech Republic. It used to be called Czechoslovakia, and then there was Austria-Hungary. Out here they have Vienna, Austria. They call it Wien, or Wien, W-I-E-N, but we call it Vienna. Billy Joel wrote a song about it. Slow down, little child. Vienna waits for you, or something like that. Anyway, I made that video, but they say it's the most livable city in the world, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, where does Phoenix stack up against this? Where do American cities stack up against this quote-unquote most livable city in the world, Vienna, Austria? I mean, you can Google it right now. It'll tell you. Vienna, Austria, voted 8 years in a row. Them and Melbourne, Australia. And one of the things that really stood out to me, number one, is they're dense. They're densely compacted. In the United States, we have everything as urban sprawl. I'm always kind of explaining to people, I'm like, Vienna, Austria only has 2.8 million people in the metro area. Phoenix, Arizona has 5 million people, but it's extremely spread out. So you don't get this population density like you do in Europe. In all of the cities, they have incredible population density inside the city centers. But the things that really stood out is they like to concentrate people to city centers, which creates this like cosmopolitan city vibe that anytime you want to get the city vibe, you can get it. Anytime you want to escape it, you just go out into the woods or the forest or whatever is around. But they're really big on public transportation and trains. Now, the thing that made me hopeful about America was I did see that some people are starting to wake up to the concept of rail. I lost my luggage in Stockholm, Sweden. So flying this year has been crazy. So thankfully I lost that luggage. It put me into a position where I was like, I'm not flying anymore. I am going to ride the train. And even in the United States, people who've been flying have been encountering this problem with flying in the United States and losing their luggage and all this stuff. And I got to thinking, I was like, yeah, man, public transportation needs to become a thing. It's environmentally friendly. I mean, you don't have to be climate change, whatever thing, to love, to respect the environment. No one likes to look at polluted rivers or plastic laying all around. So, I mean, like one of the things I saw out here today, these wind turbines on the side of the rails, and I'm like, those look horrible. I'm like, wind's not the solution. Nuclear power, what we have in Phoenix, Arizona, the Palo Verde nuclear power plant, is an extremely powerful and efficient power plant. Texas needs some nuclear power plants so that they stop, having power issues. But anyway, the point is that America is really close to being innovative and a global leader for innovation again. It's just we have to get back on that track of like really believing that we can lead the world. And so I see it here in Europe. They've got a lot of stuff figured out, in particular in like Germany. Germany does some things right and they do a lot of things wrong, in my opinion. But one of the things they do really good is high-speed rail trains. And they're more efficient than they are even out here in Austria. But, there's a lot of resistance that we get in the United States to be innovative. I don't know what it is, but some people, they really resist innovation. And that's not the American spirit that made America great. We were building the Hoover Dam, the Glen Canyon Dam. I mean, that was just in Arizona. The Empire State Building, all these different beautiful things. But for the highway system, but we haven't really done anything great. But I think it's coming back. And so I got really happy when I was thinking about that, because I think people are starting to clue in that we need to be innovators and we need to start getting people back to work, but getting people back to work on some innovative, like awesome things for society, civilization. But anyways, guys, yeah, the point that I wanted to come on here about was the housing market. It looked like a lot of you guys think that some areas are overpriced, some areas are doing better than others, but Princess Mish says, yeah, I heard about your luggage. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I still don't have it. I'm actually backpacking. I got one backpack. It's maybe about, 3 feet long. Yeah, 3 feet long. It's got all my stuff in there. I'm actually paused right now in Slovakia because I got sick. I think it was, I don't know what got me sick. But I got 2 big blisters on my foot, but I love travel. And, it's monsoon season in Arizona, and I do love monsoon season, but, I'm taking a little break from that extreme heat, to be honest with you. But yeah, I would love to see some of you guys come over to Island Hopper TV or my other channel, VertCam. VertCam's the transportation process. I noticed that a lot of people are really interested in what's it like riding the train. If you guys want to see that channel, I'll show you right here. You just type in VertCam, VIR. It's virtual cam, but VertCam. But you can see Prague to Vienna train, business class, Krakow, Poland to Prague, Czech Republic in first class. I actually do take the first class, business class trains, and the reason is because as a single rider, just one person, like if I was riding with my family and I had to pay for first class, that would add up. But for just one person to pay $120 to go from Prague to Vienna, or from Krakow, Poland to Prague for $120 in luxury or in comfort, it's worth it. They give you free food, all that stuff, bigger seats. I mean, it's cheaper than a plane ticket. It goes a little bit slower, but I did notice that a lot of you guys are interested in this VertCam because it's the transportation process. You get to see what it's like to actually travel around, and by train. I mean, I did one on Stockholm, Sweden, the airport that lost my luggage. That was actually Norwegian Airlines. I was flying from Bergen, Norway, through a connection in Oslo onto Stockholm, and I got to the the baggage claim, and I was like, oh, the luggage didn't show up. At first, I was like, oh, it'll show up in a couple days because that's typical, right? Well, 2.5 weeks later, I still don't have any idea where my luggage is. I've got a drone in there, a GoPro, which are the two things that I'm most worried about. The clothes, I'm not too worried about because whatever. But the drone and the GoPro, those have value. Anyway, let's see here. It's me just kind of catching up with you guys also while we're doing this here. Yeah, it's VertCam. But Island Hopper TV is the one where I do the city tours. That's the one that I really have an emphasis on. But VertCam's cool because you get to see what it's like to travel by train or by airplane at some of these European airports. Europe has been an absolute zoo of people this year. I mean, there's no getting around that. I mean, I questioned when I first got here. I was like, should I just go home? I was like, this is crazy because, I mean, 3-hour lines and like Stockholm's a great city. I love Stockholm. Stockholm's one of my favorite European cities. I mean, if I had to list 5 European cities that you got to see in your lifetime, Prague, Czech Republic, Paris, France, Florence, Italy, Barcelona, Spain, and you could throw in there Stockholm if you really wanted to. I mean, Stockholm's got its own unique character to it, but really you could probably say, you know, Rome, you'd probably should visit. Athens. I'm actually headed towards the Balkans now, so I'll be going into like Croatia and some of those areas. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but you guys will want to tune in for that if you're into the Balkans. That's an area that I need to check out. It's the other side of Italy, on the Aegean, and so Macedonia. What else is over there? Albania. Yeah, Croatia, Slovenia. I'm in Slovakia, so it's going to be interesting. And I hope I feel better. That's the big thing. Like I just ate, tonight I ate a nectarine. I ate an orange. I drank straight orange juice pulp. Yeah, I'm trying to feel better. Deeren says Paris is one of the worst places in Europe. Oh, no. Paris is awesome. Paris has like the best museums. It's super crowded, but there's no way in the world that anyone could say that Paris is not an amazing city. I mean, after all, it is the #1 most visited city in the entire world for a reason. It is overcrowded, though. I mean, but it's an incredible place. Paris is like, it's an incredible place. I'm surprised that someone said that Paris is not an incredible city. I mean, it's a tourist trap, yeah, but Paris is like, the museums in Paris are unbelievable. No, Princess Mesh. I don't even want to talk about that word, okay? So let's not even get into that word, okay? It's not, no, it's just, no. That one, it's not that. Yeah, we do have more videos coming on this channel. AJ says he can't wait for more Arizona content. Benjamin is working on that. Yeah, everyone's back to traveling. I've got to stay off the news because the second I go on the news, I'm like, oh, dang, I need to fly home. Like, I was looking at, because I'm trapped in my room right now trying to heal up and rest up and get healthy again. I was watching some of the older YouTube videos from like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't watch that one. You know, just like negative news. I'm like, they just love negative news out there. It's like a big thing for these news channels to just pump negativity out there. And yeah, so hopefully I don't tune into too much news while I'm in this room, because ignoring the news is very healthy for me. Watching the news is not very healthy for me. Restore Data says, I'm saving up and waiting for the housing market to correct, then I might purchase in Prescott Valley. Just keep stacking the money from working. Yeah, I mean, when we're talking about this waiting for a correction, it might not ever come. And if it does come, at what are you going to consider the correction? 10% off, 20% off? Or are you going to wait and say, oh no, it's going to go to 50%, half off? Because what if that half off never comes? It's kind of like trying to time markets is very difficult. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Anyways, thanks to everyone who crushed the likes on this video. We've got 95 people. It's what time in Arizona right now? I'm looking here. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to go live. Thanks to everyone who came over to VertCam. I saw a couple of you guys already came over. Let's see. We went from, yep. VertCam, and then Island Hopper TV. I posted the link there. I'll post a link below to both of those so you guys can check those out. And hope to see you guys over there. Next stop, Budapest, Hungary. That's where I'm trying to get to. Okay? So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. I've just got to figure out how to pause this video.